Hey, you guys, happy Friday, May 8th. We are on Melrose, heading over towards Fairfax. They opened 3 new train stations today in Los Angeles. But what's more exciting than that to me is at one of these train stations, at each of these train stations, there are art exhibits and performances. And it's kind of a really exciting, hey, T-Soups, really exciting thing for us in Los Angeles to have 3 new train stations. So we're walking to one of them, the one at the end of this street here. And the reason why I wanted to visit this one is because Johnny's coffee shop is at it, and Johnny's coffee shop is open, and Johnny's coffee shop is doing a exhibit, so it's a little bit of more art. A guy named Gary Baseman's exhibition is here. It's going till 6 o'clock. His exhibition's called Off the Menu, and I've seen a couple of things. They're like little drawings on menus from all over Los Angeles. Gary is very Los Angeles. The artwork is inspired by classic Los Angeles restaurants and diner culture, so it's only fitting that he should be showing at Johnny's. I really hope Cecilia's here. Cecilia, who worked at Johnny's. Last time we came here with her, we couldn't go inside. This has never been open since I've been here in a meaningful way. I think it closed down in 2020, Johnny's. That's a couple years BC, before Charlie, in Los Angeles anyway. George Burger! So, I wasn't really gonna go check out the subway lines, although exciting things are happening at all 3. I always get a little nervous about going into the subway or getting on the subway. But what we're going to do tonight is we're going to go check out Johnny's, go inside of Johnny's, check out Gary Baseman's art, talk a little bit about Johnny's, then head over to LACMA, walk the grounds. LACMA has free jazz every Friday. So if Joe had come with me, this would be the perfect date for us all to share. He's still on puppy patrol. Puppy is better, but still occasionally has to do the old trot. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. It doesn't really solve any of my commuting problems. Maybe when I first moved here, this would have solved my commuting problems. I used to get off at Western and have to take a bus to Beverly Hills. So now the D line, the famous D line that went viral, added 3 new lines. Wilshire La Brea, Wilshire Fairfax, which is the one we're going to come out at, and Wilshire La Cienega. So the cool thing is that this pushes the subway west beyond Koreatown for the first time in decades. And these are really part of a larger West Side subway expansion that will eventually reach Westwood. Historically, though, Wilshire is one of the densest corridors in America that didn't have a subway through most of it. So that's insane if you think about it. LACMA, Miracle Mile, office towers, museums, dense apartments, tourism, nightlife, jobs, no subway. LA built itself around cars, as you all know. And we spent years, decades, thinking traffic was beatable instead of building rails or light rail. So it's kind of the metro saying, yeah, maybe moving millions of people in individual SUVs wasn't sustainable. Clearly is not. So what these are going to unlock for people is Wilshire La Brea, which is good access to Central, Miracle Mile, Old Hollywood adjacent sort of architecture, apartment corridors, and neighborhood businesses. The big one is Wilshire Fairfax, which is the one we're going to. LACMA, the Academy Museum, the La Brea Tar Pits, the Peterson Museum, and then the Grove. We're gonna walk by the Grove. I'll try to stick my camera over the fence. For me personally, I don't know that this is a super useful extension because I live in East Hollywood, and so I'm essentially going back out. I would probably get on the red line and then go to Wilshire and Western and then switch to the D line or the purple line. I mean, the red line also has a name, but a letter I forgot. And then go back out. I would actually probably do what I did today, which was take the bus and just walk down Fairfax. Hey George, hey LA Unknown, if I missed anybody, T Soups, Michael Starr. That would be kind of cool if they turned Johnnie's into a train station. Have you ever been in Johnnie's before? I've never been inside because it's never been open, except for when it was Bernie Sanders for a little bit, and I did not go in at that time either. You know, my aunt lived in the next city over, I think it was Chester or Auburn, and literally the train went through her backyard. Like, the train conductors would slow down and they would wave, which is just magical when you're a kid. Abbott Kinney Records. So what I'm gonna try to do today is, after we've done all of our walk, I'm gonna try to get on the train station, get on the train with you guys and ride. All the trains and buses are free today. The Underground has Wi-Fi, so we'll try to hook up to that. I'll take my camera off the gimbal to be a little more discreet, and we'll see how far into the subway we can actually go. So stay tuned for that at the end. Want to thank my members as we're walking down here. This should be totally 100% correct. We double checked it. Sorry if I forgot anybody yesterday. Seriously, sorry. Whoops. That was an oopsie. All right. Members, thank you so much for supporting the channel. I really couldn't do this without you. I did put out a new members video today, or last night. Feel free to check it out. It's all about, I love the fact that there's still a newsstand here. Hey, BD! BD loves a newsstand. Also Cecilia does as well. Hey, She Clicks Bricks. So we're gonna try something new today at the end of the stream, which is get on the subway. It just might be, you could see my reflection. It just might be a little jigglier than normal. And also, the stream might just end abruptly with no reason. But it should be fun. Greetings, Tony. So, exciting news that we are getting new train stations. More exciting for me is that we can go into Johnnie's coffee shop on Disney, and his art is kind of, you'll recognize it. He did this. And this, which you can see why I love him, right? But it's a very sad soft serve. Oops, sorry, that's crooked. Red Wolf. Happy Friday evening. So I love bored down gutted the inside but left the facade. Kind of like the library, although this building didn't burn down. There was, for a long time, there was a really cool, I love dishes and bowls, even though I hate washing dishes or bowls. It was like, I think it was called China Fair, and it was basically like a restaurant supply store. I love a restaurant supply store. Oh, thank you so much. It's a very sad little soft serve. I would still eat it anyway. I've been walking by this statue for years, and I only recently read about it. This is the Angel of Budapest, right? The Angel of Rescue, went to Budapest in the summer of 1944 as a Swedish diplomat with a mission to save the remainder of the Jews in Hungary from the gas chambers of Auschwitz. Issued thousands of protective passes, set up safe houses, and brought back the persecuted from the deportation trains and death marches. In the final hours of the siege of the city, he prevented the Nazis from blowing up the ghetto where the 70,000 Jews still lived. The Soviet army misunderstood his work and took him prisoner. He was never released. He saved our faith in humanity. Raoul Wallenberg. There are people that will save your faith in humanity. Like, Swedish man, I'm just an... Sorry. What's wrong with you? Right? Sorry, it's literally almost rode over my toes. Yep, we are right by CBS. They're probably taping Bill Maher right now. Don't worry, Joe. I'm not looking. It's beautiful. It's a little bit hotter than it has been in the past couple days, and it's going to heat up as the weekend rolls on. Tomorrow we're going to be downtown in the State Historic Park for a kite fest. It's pretty cool. I went last year. It was a gray day, but it was still pretty magical to see over 1,000 kites floating over Los Angeles. The State Historic Park is pretty cool. It's an old train yard that they've converted into a green space. So they've sort of reclaimed this old industrial area and made this really cool green space, downtown park. We've been a couple times, clearly, also to the Kite Festival. In September, there'll be a Marionette Festival there. Bob Baker, who I like to call Bob Barker sometimes. You know, Sunset LA, one of my biggest regrets about living in LA is not taking advantage of going to a taping of a TV show. Or there was even a time I would have wanted to go to a taping of Bill Maher, which is right here. Although our tastes do change as we get older, right? What was the other show? What was the show that people dressed up for? Was that no, that wasn't The Price is Right. Let's Make a Deal. Let's Make a Deal they filmed, I think, at Raleigh Studios, which is across from Paramount Studios. Yeah, so it probably doesn't sound like a good thing for me to do. I hate standing in a line. It seems like kind of a natural that I would go to Jimmy Kimmel because I can kind of just walk there. I really want to pass these people so bad, and I'm going to do it. Sorry. They're 3 people wide on a sidewalk. Maybe I'm gonna try. I don't know if Joe would want to go see Jimmy Kimmel though. To be honest with you, it would be just for the experience. I appreciate Jimmy Kimmel, but I'm not a Jimmy Kimmel total fan. I was setting that up for you, Joe, if we're talking about Bill Maher. Farmers Market is on the left, and the Grove is just beyond that. I used to be a Maher fan, and then I feel like I still am a little bit, but like I feel like some of his old whatever doesn't really work anymore, and he's a little full of himself. I much prefer John Oliver. Now I'm going to be on a I remember when the Grove, the first time I visited Los Angeles, the Grove wasn't there, just the farmers market. It was very quaint and cute. That was in 90s, late 90s. We tend to do that too, not watch a TV series for years or a couple seasons, even ones that we like, and then we just catch up with them when we have Netflix for a month or Hulu for a month. The Writers Guild of America West. Oh, I love Jon Stewart also. He's pretty great. I've seen a couple of episodes of I Love LA. I might have to go back and watch it. I watched a couple and then I forgot about it, which is, I kind of liked it, but I felt like I might need 3 or 4 more episodes to really get attached to those characters. The show made me a little uncomfortable to watch, in a good way. I feel like the farmers market is the cooler experience of the two. The Grove is exciting. It has a waterfall that dances to Celine Dion or some song, maybe Frank Sinatra. And it's a beautiful area. I like the concept, of an outdoor little village like that, of shopping. It's nice. But the farmers market is pretty cool. This is where I just walk where I want to, instead of literally stopping. And then the farmers market has things you can't find other places, like a whole store that sells hot sauce or stickers. Or Monsieur Marcel, which I really love. There's nothing better than, actually, I don't drink anymore, but it's really fun to go to the Grove, go to Monsieur Marcel, get some fries and a nice Belgian beer. They do have produce in there, and I'm pretty sure it's organic. It's very, very expensive. But it's basically, we were in the Grand Central Market last night. I'm not sure the history of I know more about the history of Grand Central Market than the farmers market. I don't know if it was really all just at one time a farmers market, or it was just like a little food court type thing. Anybody? Angela Thomas, hello. There's Sammy's camera. They're really great to buy stuff from, actually. I bought my first receiver and microphone for live streaming that worked from Sammy's camera with their advice and tutelage. Joe, I heard you say my name. All right. Tony, hold on. Let me get into the shady pot. Oh my gosh, Tony, thank you so much. But wait, there's more. Tony, I'm just trying not to trip over tree root. Whoa! I didn't even mean to hit that. I am getting your text, Joey. Sorry, I just responded to Joe's text. Hey, sardines. What's that called? Oh my God, Tony. Also, dun-dun-dun, this kooky ice cream. Thanks you. I'm gonna get Joe a gift certificate to the sardine store. He loves sardines. We'll go crazy. Tony, thank you so much. Joe, thank you for letting me know. I'm having a hard time seeing those types of things. Just be patient with me and give me a second to see it. I'm so thankful. I'm just... a step away from Mr. Magoo. Hence why I walk into things all the time. Wait, so I could get a can of sardines from 1970s? I wonder what that would be like. An awful lot of time for fish to be sitting in olive oil. Hey, DC. Happy Friday night. All right, we're almost to Wilshire. Well, actually, we're 2 blocks away from Wilshire. I don't know how I missed it. I'm not a huge fan of sardines, although sardines are really good for you, right? They're like nutrient rich, and because they're usually packed in oil. Oh. It could be vintage sardines. So in the past, if you wanted to get all the way over to the Grove here on the train, you couldn't. You would have had to take a bus from Western or Vermont all the way up to here. I think the only way I'm going to eat sardines is if it's the last food choice in the Rapture. And there's some crostini to put them on. Actually, has anybody ever had company? That's really salty and slightly fishy tasting, which for me is a no-go, but I love like the pop of the cheap caviar. It's cheap caviar in a tube. I'm not fancy. I kind of, if sardines tasted anything like that, I could probably eat them. Welcome. I can see the J for Johnny's already. I almost wanna, I'm gonna cross the street over here. I think these trees are blocking my signal.
But when I went there in January, they didn't have any.
Uh-huh. They're just eggs. I'll give it a shot. Next time Joe opens a can of sardines, we'll try them. Oh, I'll wait and cross here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on Friday. We're almost to Johnnie's. I really hope I don't have to wait in a line to go in. But hey, it's worth it, as long as it doesn't wrap around the building. This is one of the loveliest streets, 6th Street, to drive down, maybe to walk down. I love an A-frame, even if it's selling fish and ribs. Hey, happy 1889. It's not the Cinerama Dome. It wishes. Johnnie's Coffee Shop is one of the best surviving examples of Googie architecture. It opened in 1956 when this area, well, we were still very car-centric. It closed in 2000. But it's an iconic building. Big Lebowski, Miracle Mile, Reservoir Dogs, American History X, and tons of other movies. It's definitely a symbol of post-war car boom Los Angeles. And it's a survivor. I'm sure they originally wanted to remove it for the metro. Oh, there is a huge line. It might be worth it to see Gary Baseman. The only thing about the line is then I have to be behind people. So let's scope it out for a second. This closes at 6. We can always walk over to LACMA and come back. Looks very organized and orderly. Oh my gosh, I should have gotten here right at 4. I wonder if you to show like a ticket to go in. We might not go in, actually. I think you need a ticket. Or we may get to come back. Hey, Lava. So this will be open, I think, from Wednesday. No, opens May 8th. And then I thought she said it was going to be here till Sunday. Oh my gosh, John. I'm afraid to ask anything. You know me. I wish you were here now, Joe. The Travel Town Museum. Oh my gosh. A soft serve. A 99-cent store. Not really. Well, I actually have to watch the movie Miracle Mile. Somebody had recommended it to me, but also Los Angeles plays itself. I might ask this lady. Hopefully it's from 1926 or before. I just want to see how long is the display is here
this
for?
art exhibition is until June 14th.
Okay.
And it's open following this weekend. It's open Wednesday through Sunday, noon to 7.
Perfect. I'll come back.
Lots of time. Tomorrow night's the opening reception, the public opening reception. So I don't know how crazy that'll be.
Awesome. You know. We usually go to art openings. I didn't realize there would be such an awesome line. I'm dying to see the art and actually walk in Johnnie's. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Take care. All right, we'll come back and go to Johnnie's. It might be. No, it's not an Anthony Edwards movie, I don't think. I think this was one of the songs Joe picked for my theme song for walking in LA. Did you recommend LA Plays Itself? Somebody did very recently, and somebody did a while back. It's the kind of, and I've read about it before, it's kind of very appealing to me. I don't know why I have not watched it. Right? What is that song, Tea Soups? You can say it now that we've walked away. Coffee shop is open for art. We're going to come back, even if it's just to go to the coffee shop, because there's the new metro station. We're going to try to take that home. Hopefully the metro Wi-Fi is working. Now I want a coffee. An iced coffee. Let's go roll through here. So every Friday they have free jazz here somewhere. Oh, Channel 5 is here. I'm dying to get on Channel 5. That's why those should be illegal. Sorry. It's like a 13-year-old Papa Wheelie. It's the organ, right? That percolated organ that kind of makes it sound like British seaside music. Or it just feels like scary kind of music. All right, jazz. It's almost like a hall of mirrors in a way. There's a movie that I recommended this Halloween time, and the name escapes me. It isn't an LA horror movie. It takes place in like Nebraska at an abandoned amusement park. But the music from that movie is kind of like that music that was just playing back there. I'll have to stay till 7:30. Do you remember Michael Starr, the Rite Aid on Santa Monica Boulevard? There was also like I don't know if I need tickets to walk through here. I don't. There was also, I'm just trying to walk around. There's also a display of those lights in a Rite Aid parking lot. Except it was like one of every light used in Los Angeles instead of the way they're grouped here. We'll try to come back. I want to see if I can go. That's all right, Maj. I want to see if I can go beyond here to the other side, or if I need a ticket. I'm just going to do it. I saw a security guard with his hands behind his back, so it made me nervous. You know me. This is a really lovely turnout for jazz. They have a grand opening party in a couple weeks, and we're gonna go. I put the page up already. So let's walk all around. I'm gonna go this way because this is brand new. Have you gone? I'm dying, not dying, but I'll be excited to go. I try to hit stuff like this when it's not busy. Like, unlike Johnny's. I promise you guys we'll go back to Johnny's. Was it fabulous? These sculptures are fantastic, actually. The boulder is over there. We'll walk under the boulder. It's kind of our way out. Wow, an actual Rodin here on Wilshire Boulevard. Tea Soups. Thank you for letting me know. Woo! Boop, 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 boop. Thank you so much. Monument to Honoré de Balzac. Nice. No jokes, please. This guy's definitely saying something. This is also Rodin. Jean de Fier draped, modeled. 1887. Oh my gosh. Guess what, you guys? People magazine just told me that Donny Osmond is celebrating his 48th wedding anniversary with his wife. And I forgot her name. How about that love, huh? Donny Osmond. This is also Rodin. Orpheus. Modeled. I keep saying molded. Or I want to say molded. Close your eyes. Here, I'll look up. Also, Rodin, the prodigal son. This is the Iris B. and Gerald Cantor Sculpture Garden. They had a lot of Rodins. I keep pronouncing it different every time. This is Jean Dare, modeled. You know, that's what I would hope for Marie, a 40-year marriage. But she's got her dolls. This is the monumental head of Jean Dare, also Rodin. This one's called France. Tea Soups, thank you so much. I don't know if you saw I forgot fireworks. Thanks for donating that membership. We really do appreciate it. This is Emile Antoine Bourdelle. This looks very French somehow. It's the bust of Rodin, who's French. So we got all of these fantastic Rodins, and then the bust of Rodin to top it off. Now I hope the rest of these are Bourdelles, topped with a bust of Bourdelle somewhere. This is also Rodin, also called France. So this is from 1881. It's definitely some political stuff going on in that one. 1881, French history. This is Marcia's Torso of the Falling Man. I feel like this sculpture is pretty famous. So this was a cast from 1970, and it was actually doesn't say what year, but it was cast in 1970. And then The Shade. Right? Shout out Jacques Lipschitz. He changed his name, by the way. Jacques. This is Liz Glynn. And sorry, it's untitled. Aftershade, it's called. So that's Shade. Derek! Happy Friday, and that's Aftershade. Wait, are all of these... This is like a rap comeback sculpture. All right. This is Torso Fragment across from Torso. And then this is Untitled after Walking Man. And this one's called, oh, I'm sorry, I called it France. It's called Eve. I guess it wasn't so political. I thought it maybe had something to do with the war, the monarchy. I've never actually approached this building from this direction. Oh my gosh, Joe and I were just watching Antiques Roadshow. Yeah, sometimes when you've got nothing to watch, Antiques Roadshow, like they do a bunch of little clips of people finding out like their grandmother's painting is worth $500,000 and she got it at Goodwill. Anyway, somebody found, I want to see what this is called and who the artist is, which I think I might have to. Somebody had a handmade mobile by I can't remember the artist's name, a famous mobile maker, and it was like worth $1 million. And it looked like this, but tiny. So only if they have like short little clips of the Great Bake Off, because that's the reason why I have been watching Shark Tank and this. That's because there's like little moments that I can watch. Calder, that was his name. They had an original Calder mobile sculpture that her father got because he did some help for the guy and I don't remember, did some work for the guy. Exactly. My favorite thing I ever saw is the British one, Tea Soups. This lady found like a bit of a spoon in her garden and it dated back to the 15th century because they could tell by the silver stamp on it, and it was the only spoon piece of its kind and it was like worth £1 billion. But I always feel like on the British show, the British Antiques Roadshow, they always find way better stuff. We're always finding like a Rolex. Why can't that happen to me? I want to buy a painting of a clown at the Goodwill and find out that it's done by the most famous clown portraiture. I don't even know if that's a word in the world. I've never seen it. I think after American shows, British shows are my favorite. They're easily kind of relatable. Also, the quality is pretty high. Me too, but I have to say, I always kind of thought the tar pit was way different than it actually is, thanks to like the Flintstones. Or I think even Laverne and Shirley had an episode where they went to the tar pits. You can smell the tar, for sure. Sometimes when it's on the other side, we'll walk that way, you can see like the tar come out of the ground, but it's kind of smelly in the way that tar smells. Oh my God. There's something I really love about Basquiat, and I mean, everybody says that. I think everybody loves Basquiat. A couple years ago, I remember seeing some Brenda Marshall. I remember seeing, we're gonna walk back by Johnie's because I really would love to see if we can get in when the line's a little shorter, but if it is not, we'll come back. I'll do an extra live stream from Johnie's. I am not gonna miss an opportunity to go inside. So I think they're gonna close this in a couple months to get it Olympic ready. I think they're doing the curls. I'm kidding. So a couple years ago, they were selling these like collector's plates of Basquiat art, like a salad plate that you wouldn't eat off of it. You would hang the plates on a wall or do whatever you do with plates, decorative plates. And I felt like it was kind of anti-Basquiat, like Warhol, yes. I don't maybe know much about his Basquiat's personal theory or herring, yes. We saw on the live stream some Basquiats when we went to the Broad. The Broad is not only free, you do have to make an appointment, but they'll let me live stream, and you get a really good connection in there, and they're really, really nice. So, well, I've never actually been inside the museum part. I've only walked on the roof of this. But the Broad is amazing. I didn't realize that Broad was the B and KB homes for some reason, which I don't know how I feel about KB homes. We are looking towards the Hollywood Hills right now, or the West Hollywood Hills. I'd love to visit New York. I remember I wandered around New York in the early 80s all the time, no chaperone. I remember one time my mom and I went to the movies, and I don't know how it happened, but we got separated. My mother was really upset because we were in Manhattan. I just walked back to my aunt's place where we were staying, West 25th Street, and my mother got lost and really mad at me. Hey, Manic Hispanic. We are at LACMA. We went to Johnie's. We're gonna maybe try to go back because it's open. They're having an art show there today. An artist that's really cool. I just kind of wanted to go into Johnie's, but the line was kind of crazy. So the art show, she told me how long it ran. I'm gonna come back on a weekday and try to check it out. Tomorrow is the grand opening. The artist is Gary Baseman. I cannot walk on the grass, that's what I'm going to tell you. All right. And he did like a show in the early 2000s on the Disney Channel called Teacher's Pet. But that's not what this display is about. Okay, here's pits 3, 4, and 61, and 67. And the pits will just pop up. Work is really playful, but it's actually kind of dark. Uh-oh, they found the Teratorn here. It had a 10-foot wingspan. What? I think you can do it, John. Which every time I look in there, all I can think of is out from the ground came a bubbling pool. Liquid gold. Ooh, I just went down 3 feet. Well, that monster bird lived right here in LA. Never appeared in a movie. Oh my God, it's famous Pit 9. This is where most of the Colombian mammoths came from. And if you missed out, they did find 27 Colombian mammoths in this pit. How did they fit in? I'm not sure. We're getting close to the boulder. Here comes pit 13. Grass is kind of a weird thing to plant in Los Angeles because it requires so much water. Like, it does cool it off. Like, if there were pebbles, it would not be as fun to sit on. And worse so if it were that fake grass. That is the worst. If you have fake lawn or turf, that's cool. I'm just saying, in my neighborhood, people put the fake turf on that little strip after the sidewalk, and dogs pee on it. It is like a urine sponge that on a hot day, we don't need to be gross. All right, the boulder. Off row, no yo. I just want to cross. I want to go to the boulder.
And now I can.
All I can smell is burger, no pie. Hey, Fun Feeds. We are going to have a fun weekend. The only thing we're a little iffy about is what to do on Sunday. Tomorrow we're all queued up. Monday, of course, we always go to Hollywood. I know the burger smells so good. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. If you wouldn't mind hitting one of these things, like, subscribe. You don't have to chat, but that's always awesome. We do love lurkers. So this is the giant fun boulder that you've probably seen in a lot of people's Instagrams with them pretending to hold it up. Sunday is Mother's Day. Joe and I maybe should do our Mother's Day special that we had planned. It's a few skits and a couple of songs about mothers on their special day. Joe, what do you say? Should we do our Mother's Day special?
All right, can you say it, rock?
I would love to send flowers to my mother, who is no longer with us. Shout out to moms. You know, I tend to think of my mother more around her birthday, and because it was around Christmas, you know. So we walked by this earlier when we came in. Let's go back and look at Johnie's. I promise you we're going into Johnie's. If the line is still long, not today, but we will go in this week. Now the line is still crazy. So maybe Sunday I'll try to come back down here and we could do the flea market on Melrose. It would be like two birds with one stone. We haven't gone to the flea market for a while. Moms love flea markets. Hey, Fun Feeds. That back door is wide open. So maybe we'll do flea market Sunday, and the flea market is just up the street here at Fairfax High, and then we can come down here if the line's not too long. Oh my gosh, I hate fleas, but I like their markets. Oh my gosh, every window has an Oscar in it. I'm gonna go back towards Jazz, and then we'll cross the street and go take a look at the new. Might be actually better if I wait here. No, let's go back this way. We'll go check out the new Metro Wilshire and Fairfax. Yes, what is your question? Yes, this used to be a May company. And it really looked very department store-y. I mean, there were tons of department stores on this street. Like, we walk Wilshire a lot and we kind of see them. Some of the buildings, I can't even understand how there were so many department stores here. Except kind of like downtown hotels. It might be they just operated like different times. You know, like 20-year span or 15-year span. Do I feel YouTube is censoring people? I don't know, really. I do watch some political people who at times mention that they are being shadow banned. I'm not going to mention their names. I'm pretty liberal, but I do watch it. I just didn't want you to think anything weird. So there are a couple people I watch that are like, I think this video is getting shadow banned. I don't know. I'm more concerned always about TikTok, I think. If I have to be concerned about people silencing people. I'm taking you back, Liminal. On Friday nights, free jazz. And Bible courses. I don't think you can get the Bible course here, though. All right, let's go check out the new train. I have a TikTok that I don't add anything to. At first, I started both a TikTok and a YouTube. This is in the before times. And the TikTok kind of blew up, but I don't really like making shorts and clickbaity stuff. Like, I more want to just talk about history, architecture, fun trivia, and record for prosperity. I mean, wouldn't you love to be able to just like, boop, 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 what did Wilshire Boulevard look like in 1986? And be able to find a video on that? So we'll have those for 2025 and 2026. Alright, the new Metro rail station. Each one has some crazy, crazy art in it. Oh, I recognize that lady from Channel 5. Alright. Want to see inside the metro station? I'm just going to keep an eye on my signal here. Why, thank you, Fun Feeds. I walk a lot. I think Joe has told me that. I don't believe it, though. Let's see it when it's all brand new. Hey, Mark. You're just going underground here. On our brand new metro line. Sorry. It doesn't quite get to the sea yet. I amazingly still have a signal. I don't know if I have to. Let's see if we can take it one stop without getting busted. I do have a valid fare. All right. He's just passing out maps. I would just imagine it opens whole new worlds for people. No. So the train comes to Wilshire La Cienega, which is the opposite direction, or Union Station. Let's go down and wait for the one to go to Union Station, except if it's too crowded, I'm not gonna do it because people punch my face. Wow, I can't believe how clean it looks. For now.
Is now arriving. Please step back and allow customers to exit the train before boarding. Bikes and strollers should exit.
It is free. I just walked in, even though I have a pass. We're gonna just ride it one stop towards Union Station, so we're gonna have to wait 3 minutes. I hope you don't mind, but we have a signal, which is pretty brilliant. We might lose the signal, but here's to trying new things. I want to thank my members real quick while we have this opportunity. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. I did drop a new members video last night. You can check it out. I also, in a post, I'm not trying to push anything on you, there's a petition to save the the Cinerama Dome. Definitely check that out. Right? Look at how clean that is. I just want to throw pizza down there. The one thing that isn't clean and was probably a poor choice is this bright yellow. It never stays bright for long. I don't know that I've ever seen a rat in the subway station here either. All right, we've got 2 more minutes. You ready for your first train ride with me? I'm also going to try not to film any human beings. The best way to predict the future is to create, I guess. I've seen more rats in Hollywood. I mean, not Hollywood, downtown Hollywood, but just the neighborhoods in Hollywood than I've ever seen in DTLA, to be honest with you. And more rats in Boston than I've ever seen in DTLA. Oh, that rat's famous. That's P77, the sunset rat. Everyone knows that one. I remember one time I was walking in Copley Place, or not in the mall, but like in the square, and a rat ran over my shoe. Like literally physically touched my shoe and ran over it. I screamed, like one of those ladies from a Tom and Jerry cartoon. All you could see was my knee highs. Sunset Rat is cuter. Sunset Rat has a really nice lace front wig. Agreed, fun feeds. All right, 1 minute till the Union Station train comes roaring down the track. Let's watch it come, and all these people are gonna hate me. I'm just gonna pretend to talk in another language, and I'm gonna make up that language on the spot. This way I just look like I almost pushed that guy in the tracks.
The D-Line train to Union Station in downtown LA is now arriving. Please step back and allow customers to
Are your mice pets? Sorry, your Matt's pice.
Doors marked with yellow decals.
I grew up having mice in the house sometimes. Also, like, I used to buy mice as pets and then lose them in our house. This is also the brand new train. Or maybe it's not. All right, it's not the new train. Old trains smell like permanent wave. All right, here we go. Riding the day with a rat. What? Hopefully we don't lose our signal. We're going one stop. We had cats also, so we didn't have too many mice. I feel really... Okay, here we go.
So what time would be there by? All right, sounds good then. All right, I'll see you there then.
I like how the gimbal is trying to oh my gosh, George, I hope it doesn't break down also. Nothing to see, but woo! Just me. Game future. Just me. I know. You can't stop the future. But you can choose to not be part of it. I'm wearing literally the same color shorts and pants today. I mean shirt. I'm wearing shorts and pants. I'm surprised. Thank you, AT&T. This is a new line, so this is probably why the signal is so great down here. This is the first stop on the new line. We saw the second one and the first one, but not the third one, which is La Cienega. So let's check this out.
Station, downtown.
This is Wilshire La Brea. I just want to check this. Well, don't let it bother you, fun feeds. Is that deep? Never mind. She kind of looks like Didi Khan from Greece. It's free, so we could just keep going on and keep riding down till we got to till we got all the way to Union Station. I'm going to take the stairs here. So shiny and new, like a virgin. I wonder what lessons they've learned from the other train stations on how to preserve. All right. But these are the three newest stops. So the next train to Union Station is in 7 minutes. Kind of beautiful. Let me set a timer on my watch. Hey Siri, set timer for 5 minutes. They're beautiful and brand new. Oh, I kind of love this. Also, this is the kind of stuff that really looks fantastic while it's shiny. Oh my gosh, I have not seen such a clean escalator, like seriously. Look at that. Modern. Hey Amy, how's it going? Woo! I don't know how to ride an escalator proper. So now we're at the bottom of La Brea, which we know from our walks to Hollywood. I have a different kind of autism, for sure. I'm so easily phased, but I'm working on it. I'm kind of hoping that people won't trash it immediately. Amy, we send you some good thoughts and good vibes to feel better. So, Social Security building used to be right across the street. You know what? Should we, I'll give you guys a second, should we just walk up La Brea towards Hollywood? Let's do that. I'm super sorry. I hate pain. I really do. I also have a really low threshold. I'm a giant baby, a pain baby. Hey, Cameron. Right. But not like back pain or knee pain. Back pain is absolutely the worst kind of pain. I used to have a sciatic nerve problem maybe once every year. But I haven't in about 2 years. Probably because I don't sit down at a desk all day any longer. And I really hope they stay clean too. Let's go in here. Kidding. It's like back pain is hard to deal with because you are doing so much just to stand up. So if you're kind of favoring part of your body, I don't know, back pain, I just always feel like you're trying to like favor part of your body so hard that you accidentally kick back into you make the pain flare up. Anyway, sending you some healing hearts, Amy. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. We're walking up La Brea towards Hollywood now, regular Hollywood. If you love antique crap, this store, and by crap I just mean cool stuff, this store, Liz's Antique Hardware, is pretty amazing. They have old light bulbs, old doorbells, old light fixtures, like just antique stuff. Hardware, you name it. I haven't gone in here for a long time. Hopefully it still exists. I do remember Rita Flora. You know what really worked for me when I get is Tylenol. It's my new thing. I never used Tylenol until recently. Actually, when I had my gimbal neck. Hey, Sunset LA, thank you so much. Whoa! Fireworks, hearts, thank you so much. And this cutie. Beep. Anyway, this place, they're closing. I'm not going in, but loved it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Look it, look it, look it, look it. All those doorknobs. Oh my God, you could get a doorknob with your monogram on it. Well, someone's monogram on it. Liz's Antique Hardware. It is so cool. I'm glad it's still there. I wonder if that was Liz. Aunt Clara would love it. Didn't Aunt Clara have I think you dropped something. Oh, it's an air freshener.
I think it's old.
No worries.
I forgot that they closed here. South Park all the way in Manchester.
I thought it was like a key thing at first. I didn't want you to get locked out. Of course. I loved Aunt Clara. So there were like two wacky aunts. There was Aunt Clara, and then who's the other? Alice Ghostly was also like another witch who couldn't do her witch stuff properly. And then Alice Ghostly turned up on designing women. There was something really special. I know we talk about Bewitched a lot lately, and that's all right with me, but there was something really special about the people they got to work on that show. Esmeralda, Aunt Esmeralda. There's a Tupac mural opposite the Land Rover dealership. Someone's getting a new car. I see the red bow. Congratulations. Her mannerisms. There was something about her mannerisms that I really liked. You know how there are some actresses that are so good, it seems like this is the natural them. Like, I feel like she was kind of naturally that way, but she probably wasn't. I've not seen many people from like 60s sitcoms, unfortunately, because that's what I grew up on in the 70s and 80s, right? I have seen Barbara Eden, who looked fabulous. I can't remember his name, but who played the husband on Maude? I saw him also. Walter, I can't remember his name. I don't know that he's any longer with us any longer, though, that actor. Hey, Alex J. Cornell, how's it going? We walked by the farmer's market. Where were you? You could have convinced me to go into the Grove. Like that voice. I also loved, it's like the kind of voices we don't have anymore, like the voice of, back to Bewitched, Gladys Kravitz. Abner, that kind of nasally voice, the second Gladys Kravitz. Maybe Bill Macy? I don't remember his name. I just remember his was Walter on Maude. And it took me a little bit to remember how I knew who he was. I think my biggest and best people I had seen Elizabeth Taylor. But like through a glass window. I did meet Olivia de Havilland also. I guess that's a little cooler than a sitcom star. Old Hollywood. Hey, BD! Happy Friday. I should check it out. I kind of like Ted Danson. I feel like he's been around and been with us for so long. He's kind of like my generation's DVD Dick Van Dyke. Although I don't know that Ted Danson did as many fun movies, although he was in The Onion Field. I loved the I Dream of Jeannie house. There was something I really liked about the I Dream of Jeannie house. The bedroom on the first floor, that room for the genie upstairs. Marta Sandoval. I'm sorry, I'm saying it slowly in an effort to pronounce it. Write-in candidate Dory Frank for City Council. I hope you guys are thinking about your votes if you live in California. We don't need to talk about it, but got some choices to make. So this part of La Brea is a cool little shopping area. And the weird thing is it's all kind of set up around American Rag, which is the store on the other side of the street. So American Rag is owned by people that used to own a department store in Los Angeles. And it is kind of like a department store. It has really great buyers, and so they have a really excellent jean department. But I wouldn't spend my money there. But if you're ever in this area, you should check it out. It's a pretty fabulous store, display-wise. The way it's curated. It's local. I've had a couple friends who've worked there. Thank you so much for being here, Martaz. Wonderful. I'm not sure there's the denim, like they also get vintage stuff and then they sort of like redo it. So it's kind of cool. But then Arc'teryx is over here. Fjallraven. Carhartt store. There used to be a Gant store over here. I used to love the Gant store. Sycamore Kitchen. They have really great sandwiches, but no fries. Handmade chips. What? Where this gray building is, right next to it is Stussy and Union. Used to be like this bizarre block of non-stop weird crap and furniture and props and old signage. I actually bought I don't have it anymore, but I bought a nightstand and a credenza from there, and they were like, that belonged to Ed McMahon's somebody or another. It was really cool mid-century stuff. Undefeated shot. I wish Undefeated would sponsor me. I don't think I'm their type of client, though. No, Alex, Joe is with our family. Joe is at home, hanging out with puppies. Our dog, feeling much better today, but the one thing we don't want to do is if he does have to go to the bathroom, he will not go in the house, which is great. So I just don't want him to suffer. Look at that beautiful car. He's puppy sitting. Also, today was a shit show for me personally. It's been a rough day. But just like little tiny things, you know, when little tiny things add up. It was that kind of day. I'm over it, and I got over it, and here I am. Here we are. All right, I'm gonna give myself a little charge. While we take a look at this. So every day I want to do it, but eventually I'm going to, it looks like they solved the issue with Prism and overheating, or at least if they haven't, the message has disappeared and now the iPhone is all updated. So at some point this week, or maybe not the weekend, but like Tuesday or Monday, I'm gonna do a live stream in the middle of the day just to test that. It won't be a members live stream because I need to test Prism, and you can't really members live stream through Prism. All right, hold please, pluggy. 94%, pluggy. Hi. It was just a little graffiti while I plugged in. Jackbox. I'd play. I gotta get home first. Right, we gotta save the Cinerama Dome. There's a petition to save the Cinerama Dome. It's a post. And then there's a new short members video for the Cinerama Dome. It's my slickest video yet. Joe said. There's a lot of little details to the Cinerama Dome. And then you have to squish it down to 1 pixel. I'm kidding, 3232 I think is the size. 1 megabyte. Thank you. I didn't put any facts though. I was all getting ready to put in like the little things that like this screen was 4,000 feet wide. Oh, thank you so much. So gas 709. $709 or $708 and 9/10 of it. Keep your 9/10. So there are so many pictures of the Cinerama Dome. My favorite picture that I actually put in there was of the Cinerama Dome all dolled up for Lucille Ball's MAME movie. That's because I'm not walking and jiggling and moving and shaking and doing my thing, and I'm sitting down calmly. It's a little lower, huh? It's also, that microphone is much cheaper. It's like a plug-in microphone that I stick on my lapel, so I feel like it gets the bass notes of my voice a little better. I'm not very... Me too. I included the links that I got those old pictures from. So one of them is this website that I go to all the time, which is like Historical Los Angeles Theaters. That's not what it's called. And the other one is Martin Turnbull, who wrote a book and has so many great pictures of old buildings in Los Angeles. And then the other one is like the DWP website, has pictures of tons of really old buildings and bits of parts of Los Angeles. I probably use Martin Turnbull and the DWP website the most. I don't think it's a DWP though. I can't remember. It's a... Hey, cousin. You know, and the DWP, like, they built some amazing, beautiful buildings. Or SoCal Edison. Like, these are utility buildings. The one Bunker Hill is just insane. It's the control gallery and beyond the streets. I love it. Well, also I sometimes like to, I get really OCD when I'm working on these. I have the floor plan for the Cinerama Dome, the blueprint. Like, I would have... You got it. I like that. I thought he was swearing at me at first. But then he said, "You're gonna get what you get." which is a warning or something positive to look forward to. Oh my gosh. I managed to watch the mayor debate also. Do you remember, I don't know if you watched the Cinco de Mayo on the 3rd of May when we were in downtown last week, Saturday, Sunday, I can't remember what the 3rd of May was. But there was a candidate for mayor there. His first name is Andrej, and he was dancing with the crowd. I looked him up after we left. He was a really handsome man, looked like the kind of guy that would run for mayor, looked like a totally come from a rich family maybe. But no, this guy has been homeless, put himself through UCLA, he's been through the foster system. You can't judge a book by its cover. And then I just read about his plan. We don't really talk politics here, but we can talk about the mayor on Gaming in LA anytime. That's always a win. Ooh. The thing that's really important is in Los Angeles, the city council people almost have more control than the mayor. Your vote is more important probably on a micro level than whether I vote for Spencer Pratt, Nynthia Raman, or Karen Bass. I always sing I love the bass so I accidentally said Karen Bass. Anyway, I honestly feel like any one of those three are going to do relatively a similar job. Except maybe Spencer Pratt will be a little more in line with MAGA. So he definitely wouldn't get my vote. But between the two women, yeah, I'm not far from that opinion. But am I just voting for more of the same thing, right? So I'm really looking at my council persons. I talked about this maybe once before. We're going on a Skid Row walk the talk on 23rd. It's a memorial procession, but it's about celebrating lives. So it's not going to be a somber event, but it's an opportunity for us to hear Skid Row stories and actually walk through Skid Row in a way that I don't feel like I'm National Geographicing them because I've been invited to go. So I'm looking forward to that. But when I was talking to the people at the museum, or the people that ran the care center, I was asking, how can people help Skid Row? How can people help people in Skid Row? What's the best thing to do? Certainly not go down there with a camera and make content. But I was kind of surprised. I expected the guy to say, oh, you can donate clothes, you can donate money, you can donate time, but the best thing you can do is vote. Exactly. I remember, that's our First Lady. But people are really digging Spencer, so I don't want to... I don't want to say much. You guys can say anything you like. I don't want to say much. Also, I try to be somewhat neutral. Heidi also had a single, right? Didn't Heidi Montag try to make music? Oh my gosh, it's Voodoo Donut. I'm saving. We're gonna get something this weekend, I promise you. But I'm not getting a Voodoo Donut. It's too much for me to eat. I just did all my laundry. And I bought some really crappy like stain stuff. I tried to save $2, which doesn't remove stains, so I gotta wait to eat a sloppy donut. It smells so hot doggy over here. It smells really yummy. I always wonder about this little weird store on the side. And then also about Hotel Pink's. I'm kidding. Well, I think that's why you have to look at your council people and start maybe more smaller, civic-minded, or civically. You know, civic is really city, but look at that Jacob. That's what I'm selling you, and that's what I'm saying. Sunset. That's right, one eye. I can almost smell it. Also, doesn't eating a hot dog take 3 minutes off of your life? I'm often tempted by the smell of hot dogs. Like, we'll talk about them on the... I almost said the link. We'll talk about them on the stream, and then I think twice Joseph and I have gone, and I was like, let's just get hot dogs, and then they're not good. They're not as good as I want them to be. Oh, yeah. Vote for me. I'd be the worst mayor. I don't know how somebody could manage this city or this country. It's a lot of different people with different opinions and different needs and different wants, and not everybody's going to be happy. I agree. We need a fresh start. I'm way too bleeding heart to be president or mayor. I definitely have sucker tendencies. As in, I really love a good sob story. That's all I want is a Webby. Oh, 99-cent store. Maybe next year I'll get a Webby award. I gotta do something fabulous. Like our Mother's Day variety special that no, I'm kidding. Joe for mayor, that might work. True, I never thought about that. I miss 99-cent store because I like tape. I used to shop literally at this 99-cent store. When I first moved here, I transferred with my job and worked the same job. And after being there for a couple months, I was like, I moved all the way across the country for opportunities. Why don't I go knock on the door at Paramount? I'm kidding. So I quit my job and looked for a job for a couple months, not at Paramount. Netflix didn't even exist then. And I started getting really poor or really tight. So I started to get little bits and bobbles from the 99-cent store. Pasta. Not very good. Butter. Okay. I got sour cream one time. I don't know if I just couldn't get over the fact that it was from the 99-cent store, but it just was the sourest sour cream I've ever had. I don't think there's a Dollar Tree or a Dollar General in the city proper. They're usually a little bit further out. Oh, cute. Sorry, I'm only grumbling because what's this that I want no part of? I just want to walk up to Santa Monica Boulevard. I don't want to...
Okay, so I hit up this guy.
Wait till he smells her smoky breath. Okay, I love a 99-cent Arizona iced tea. I like the one that's, I think it's green tea, or the Arnold Palmer. Holding that big Arizona 99-cent iced tea, Arnold Palmer, my can in my hand, I know I've got to drink for at least an hour. Oh my gosh. I would really love an Arnold, I can't say it, Arnold Palmer. Palmer. There we go. Wait, what? I have a stainless spatula. I try to avoid that black plastic at all times and always. Also, I always look for healthy nonstick, which I don't really know if there is a healthy nonstick. Yeah, this area actually kind of looked cool before it got gentrified, when the big cement factory was here. I have lots of pictures of that cement factory, but also this building that's on the corner over there has some really great windows. It used to be empty. I think maybe it was part of the cement factory consumption. I say I would probably give myself 25 years tops too, without consumption. Right now I'm walking towards Hollywood. We're almost to Santa Monica. We're on Sycamore Street. I have a lot of Le Creuset cast iron, and I even think I have a Le Creuset cast iron grill pan that I screwed up somehow. It might be a Lodge cast iron grill pan. We're on Sycamore, so these are like little old recording buildings. Actually, recording studio, that's the record plant. It's a pretty famous recording studio where I don't know what was recorded there, but I know the name. But originally they were kind of like part of the radio industry, the movie industry, the television industry. To this building, there's a historical building coming up on our right, our left. That's called the Tesla Diner. It's beloved. Is that even still open, Hollywood High Grade? I only went there once. Are they playing Christine? They just look 50s. It's a beautiful day for a stroll. We're approaching Highland, but before we get there, radio recorders, which is now Jeffrey Deach. So, this studio, which is was built by RCA Victor in 1928 and has recorded Elvis Presley, Stevie Wonder and the Beach Boys, and Nat King Cole and old Bing Crosby. MMD is kind of expensive. We have a pretty cheap flower shop in our neighborhood. It's like 14 flowers for cheap. I think they weigh them though. Those are not people honking at my legs, unfortunately. This is Sebastian Gladstone. I have no idea what that is, but very mysterious. I would love a tuna salad sandwich, only I don't want to make it myself. My secret ingredient for tuna salad is celery salt. Try it. Instead of regular salt, celery salt really makes it come alive. That is definitely not respectful. Fun feeds. I agree. Brenda, thanks so much for being here. Actually, I don't know what's for dinner tonight, but this smells good. I think, I don't know. Joe, are you still here? Are you going to game after this? Are you what's up jacking? Oh, that sounds pretty gross, but the margarita donut, is it a savor? Whoa, I almost bumped into that floating chair. Is it a savory donut? Trejo's never looks open. Unlike croissant time, which was open 24 hours. Oh, croissant time and donut time. All right, Joe, I am gonna walk up to Sunset right now. People are hoarders. Joe and I camp sometimes, actually in the mountains. Joe almost went camping this weekend. I love that building too. Do you remember when Aaron's Records was over here? This is the neighborhood I first moved into. Sorry, I love to read stuff. This might not be for my channel though. When I first moved to LA, I lived in this neighborhood and there was a record store right here, which was pretty awesome. But a couple blocks up was HMV. Is that? Our Virgin. We had a Virgin record store there at Hollywood and Highland. Thank you guys so much for walking with me. Please feel free to like, subscribe, chat, or lurk. It's all good, because we love lurkers. And thank you guys for being here to support Human. It's getting a little harder and harder nowadays. (2002). Like August 2002. Cool, I'm going up towards Hollywood Boulevard. So we have walked, oh we didn't, we took the train. I was gonna be like, no, we've walked from Wilshire to Hollywood Boulevard. And I didn't even turn my watch on, so I have no idea how many miles that were. That's a long time. I've lived here longer than I've lived anywhere else in my life. at this point. I don't think I can really consider myself a New Englander anymore. My phone totally tracks it. I think it would be fun though to share it with the walk. I walk so fast that my watch eventually like turns on, but it will only turn on like for half the walk. So take care, Brenda. I used to live like right near this Hollywood schoolhouse. And those people run the neighborhood. Like, all of those record stores just went away. We still, fortunately, have Amoeba, you know. And we have a bunch of record stores in Los Angeles, especially in Hollywood. There's a vinyl district. They call it the vinyl district. Gas is a little cheaper here. $6.49. My rent, I lived on this street in a house just a couple blocks down. My rent was $1,600 for a house. I really loved Tower Records when I lived in Boston. It was huge, like a couple of floors, and it was on the end of Newbury Street. But I feel like Amoeba kind of satisfies my Tower Records feeling. You know, it is kind of expensive, but I will be honest with you, my rent now is only a little more than that. But the difference is that place was like an old, cool house that had been revamped. I live in a dumpy old apartment in a dumpy old apartment building. It's definitely a step down. But, you know, home is where the heart is, right? And that's where my heart is. Oh my gosh. I forgot about downloads. Remember Pirate Bay and Napster? 1999. I would go to work. I worked in an office then. I would drive 50 minutes to go to work on a Saturday. To work, wink, wink, but just to burn CDs because their server was so fast. This is, I don't know, I probably had a 56K baud modem in 1999. But I would just go there to use their whatever it was, DSL. I had so much music on CD. I never went into that Tower Records, but what was where the Hard Rock Cafe is now? Was that a Virgin Records, actually? I don't know that I ever went to any Tower Records in LA. I worked at a place and we had a pepperoni pizza called the Spago. and in Boston, and they had to take it off the menu because they were getting sued. I have iTunes for whatever I pay for with my phone for like the blah blah blah. It comes bundled with iTunes, so I just listen to everything on iTunes. I kind of prefer Spotify because if you pick a song on Spotify to make like a soundtrack for you, it does a really nice job putting it together. But on iTunes, it just almost picks songs from the same year. But before Spotify, there was another thing that you would just type a song into and it would create a playlist for you. And I can't remember what that was called, but that was even better than Spotify. Like if you would pick The Cure, Let's Go to Bed. It's the first song that popped into my mind. It wouldn't just pick stuff that came out that year, but it would like really weave together a nice soundtrack. Joseph listens to a lot of stuff on YouTube also. I'm not looking at you, I'm reading my phone. Sorry, I did it again. I pushed the phone out to read it, and there are people in the car, and it looks like I'm trying to catch them smoking a doobie or whatever. Oh my God, it's Raising Cane's. You really can't spit without hitting a Raising Cane's. Pandora, that's what it was. Also, I just love the name Pandora. Before the jewelry store. But yeah, Pandora was the best. I remember I specifically would try to create like CDs that were like created from those playlists. You should use. I love Pandora. I don't like commercials. No Pandora shame here. Hey, Shauna. ¿Cómo estás? Oh, I have a VPN. I use a VPN on this phone, but it actually screws up the signal. When we were first trying everything to like get the best signal, I had T-Mobile and Joe had AT&T. I switched to AT&T. And so we would pair our connection, and it was, it wasn't the greatest actually, but when it worked well, but the pairing didn't always work. I found myself switching from 5G to LTE a lot more when we would pair than I ever do now. So using the VPN here, it would block me. I had to do something to set it up, but it also would slow down the signal because it was doing whatever its VPN stuff was. We have a Norms in Hollywood now too. Hollywood and Western. Is it like a Sunset? Western and Hollywood. telling you, AT&T with Turbo Boost, can't go wrong. Here, we'll look up here. All the stars that ever were that went to the Hollywood High School, all of them except for one, John Ritter. I loved, you know, it only took about 8 weeks to build the Cinerama Dome, which I find kind of insane. But I think LA Unknown mentioned, not LA Unknown, where's John Ritter? I think Sunset had mentioned. Norm's is like a diner. Almost like Mel's Diner. It's weird. Honestly, the grilled cheese is, when you don't know what to get somewhere, grilled cheese and fries, or cheeseburger and fries, they're almost never bad. I've never had a horrible cheeseburger. I have had some pretty crappy fries. I have not seen that. Oh, we just got to Hollywood Boulevard, Joe. It's pretty fantastic because well, one of our dogs, which is I'm assuming the one that Joe has, does not ever want to come back from the walk. Like, he will walk and walk and walk, takes after me. The other one, he's poops and wants to go back in and sit on the couch. That's the biter. Oh, that sounds really good. Your sandwich. What's a pickled salad? Or what's in a pickled salad? Just like me also.
There's like a mile of them.
We eat smash burgers all the time.
Subway. Exactly.
I love it. I love a smash burger. There's something about the crispy edges. There's a lady in that window. There's like a picture in that window. Who is it? Hold on. I'm never going to be able to get that again. All right, I'm going to cross. That building is empty because this building and the Warner Brothers Theater further down are. One of them has damage from the subway, and one of them has damage from the subway and the Northridge earthquake. Right? We're going to have to freeze it. I want to know what that picture is. I hate the plexiglass windows, though. This building is kind of cursed to start with. So it was a bank, and it opened right after the Great Depression hit. I don't think it was open for very long. Our dog doesn't drag, but he's really sturdy, strong, and short. He's really sturdy, strong, and short. So when he doesn't want to move anymore, he just burrows, digs his little feet into the ground, and then boom! You look like a jerk if you try to pull him because he's really fluffy and looks like the sweetest dog. He is a sweet dog, but he's really fluffy and just looks like he would never stand still. You would never need to pull him. Lambo is very cute. He also got a bath this week. So he's super fluffy. Ribbit also got a bath this week. I was only going to give Lambo a bath, but the entire time I was giving Lambo a bath, because he had the trots, as I mentioned, so he's very fluffy, he needs a bath after that. So I was giving him a bath after our walk, and Ribbit was crying at the door for a bath. And then once I dried off Lambo and opened the door, Ribbit ran in and jumped into the bathtub for his bath. So I figured I would do that for him. And so they both smell great.
Better nigga shine, better nigga shine, better nigga shine. They saying, we gonna get some money together now, huh? Shit sound promising. You say you wanna run it up with me now, huh? Shit sound promising. You say you been with me from the beginning, huh? Shit sound promising.
This was a Bank of America. Did it say that? No. Actually, it does. What's that Bank of America? That's a really awesome museum. Well worth the $15 to go into it. If I worked in here, I would every time somebody walked by that, I would hit the button that made it blow air out. We're going to be at the State Historic Park for a day of 1,000 kites, and then we're going to roll through DTLA. So there's a kite festival tomorrow. We went to the one last year. It was pretty gray day. Tomorrow is going to be beautiful. A perfect day for flying a kite. I just like the hair. From down here, it kind of looked like, I don't know, like Planet of the Apes hair. Do you think they called each other? You wear your blue suit, I'll wear my blue suit. They literally are dressed identical. $6 keychains and magnets. So you know, oh, I'm so sorry. They lend you kites there to fly. Thank you so much. Because I could get a tattoo. Or a piercing. If I got something pierced, I think I would get my septum pierced. I'm not really going to do that, but you can hide that. No, Scientologists have much better fitting pants. Also, they don't get a suit jacket, they'll get a vest. The Scientologists kind of shut up shop for a little bit right now. Also, the pull handles are taken off of every door because people were like speed running Scientology. Which basically means soccer hooligans were running in there and running around. I can do a speed jog. I'm afraid I'll have a heart attack. Bordner's, Hollywood's oldest bar. And if you didn't hear that from me, you can read it on this Tito's sign. I don't doubt that it's one of Hollywood's oldest bars. I'd need a crowbar so I could first jack the door open, and then I would have to worry. It's such a weird thing to talk about. Because Scientology is just weird to talk about. I can see why people protest it. Absolutely. But running in there, and I don't know, it seemed a little, I support it in a way, but it seemed scary for the really old people that were trying to block them. Old people with a 47 billion year contract. So for the next couple lives, they're working for Scientology. Anyway. I'm not a fan. I am a fan of this guy, the friendliest guy. I don't know if you saw him. He gave us a grand tour of this place one day. Well, when you run inside, you can do things like break vases, or you should watch it. So these aren't kids. This is also my problem with it. If I were protesting McDonald's employee treatment, right? Or McDonald's treatment of the world, it makes no sense for me to run into a McDonald's where there are people making like $14 an hour and mess their ass up and scare them, potentially hurt them, for a cause that I'm not even part of because I'm not a McDonald's employee. Let me know if that worked. I sometimes get lost. I know, we actually kind of got near Josh Groban's star. I'm not really into JG, but he's very talented. I'm not gonna stop for people. Right, but would you go into a McDonald's and scare the employees? No. And those people who are in the Scientology building make less than McDonald's employees. All right, enough about that. I think we can all agree. Hey, Mark. Oh, hey, Super Chat. Super Chat Nightbot. Well, I think they wanted to. The guy literally turned his face as I was crossing the street, so he didn't have to see me, which, I'm sorry, I told you I was having a kind of pissy, grumpy day today. I don't think it shows, except for the 2 times that I wanted to show a motorist. They removed the overlay, and now it's back to crap. No, but I don't know. It probably did. I missed that sign, but I kind of think assholes do live for a very long time. So this is another building that's just sitting in limbo. I wouldn't doubt that there's a ghost up there. It would be a Warner brother. Reality Eats. They have a bacon wrappy with, I saw wrap with 2 P's and an E. The new fancy way to say wrap. I wonder if he was pro or anti a-hole. I wouldn't want to live forever. I want to live as long as possible, healthily. There's the Hollywood sign. We'll get a little closer to it. I'm more interested in the Popeyes sign, and also not catching Eye of the Tiger from across the street on my microphone. It's fun because it's in California, but they're still calling it a Louisiana kitchen. Oh my gosh. There are a couple things I really love from Panera. We had a Panera open not far from our house, but it already closed. It opened this year and it closed this year. I don't even think it opened in the beginning of the year. I know. I still haven't been back to Popeyes. Which I actually genuinely liked Popeyes. It feels 44 years old. It's not really rock, although it's got a rock sound. It's really a pop song, Eye of the Tiger. I haven't been to Cane's yet. There are so many Cane's popping up all over, though. We're waiting for the Canes at the Arby's to open. And then we're gonna cover that like it was an event. Right, we're coming onto the Capitol Records building. I might just get a take and bake pizza, Joe. I'm thinking about it, a P.O. box, so I can receive all my gifts. I've been to Chick-fil-A, but, you know, I resisted for a long time. The thing that's nice about Chick-fil-A is you really don't even have to chew. Like, the food is so soft. I'm not a huge fan of waffle fries, but their fries are good. But there's so many other cool chicken places to eat at, like Dave's Hot Chicken, that I don't really go to Chick-fil-A that often. So you guys, we are about to hit Amoeba. I'm going to turn right, and I think Joe is going to start gaming in LA. I'm not sure. Joe, are you back yet from your dog walk? The stuff I need most in my dog box right now is dog cookies. I keep making dog cookies for my dogs. Maybe that's why he has diarrhea. I'm kidding. I don't even think it's tenderized. I feel like it's reconstituted chicken patty. Like it is, you can break it with your finger. Oh my gosh. That's the famous bird. But he didn't recognize me, so I didn't want to break him away. But I ran into that guy on the bus the other day. We ran into him on a live stream once. This bird is named Bud. It used to belong to his dad. Pumpkin is good for diarrhea in dogs. Oh, hey, Joe. Are you back and ready to go? I'm about to turn on... I'm about to turn on to Argyle. Oh, the sound of music tonight. Look at that crowd. Whoa. Right now, I've been making him brown rice to mix with his dog food a little bit. I'm gonna go to the grocery store after I sign off here. I'm gonna grab a take and bake pizza, because that's what you're eating for dinner, Joe, and a salad. And I'll grab some pumpkin and some chicken. I'm gonna make him some chicken for dinner. The dog, not Joe. All right, gaming in LA is next. Stay tuned. And it's really games that you guys can play. We're gonna go to Amoeba. Not inside, but look at that beautiful, 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 beautiful sunset. Hamburger. I gave him turkey. So I fed my one dog turkey, not the other dog. The dog with diarrhea has turkey. I also gave them some hamburger and brown rice also. I feel like every time I get ground hamburger, it's so greasy. Even if I buy like the most fat-free, I'm always pouring out so much grease. Oh my god, her sweatshirt is almost like what Beyonce wore to the Met Gala. I wonder if she planned that. Carrie! Okay, we're heading towards the Palladium, and I am gonna check up. I wanna take a quick sec to thank my members. Somewhere in here. Pom pom pom. I'm going to, on Sunday, we'll go inside of Johnie's. We'll try to go inside of Johnie's again. The art show opening is tomorrow. I don't know what today was, but we don't want to go tomorrow. But I definitely want to get inside of there. So we'll go to Johnie's on Sunday. We'll be back in the same area. Flea Market, Johnie's, Melrose, LACMA, no jazz, but maybe in Johnie's. And then tomorrow, Kite Fest. Monday, we'll be back in Hollywood for the evening sunset walk. Mondays are the most crowded night on the live stream of the week, believe it or not. What's up, Monday? I mean, at least for me, which is kind of nice. I love Monday. It makes me love Monday. Anyway, Joe, you ready to take over? Joe, you ready to take over? I'm gonna flick my camera off as I say goodbye to all of you. Thank you guys so much for the donos and the support. We really appreciate it. All goes back into the channel. Tomorrow we'll be using some of that to get a donut. Or maybe we'll go to a bakery in Chinatown and get a gushy, gooey brownie. I might be in the mood for a donut more. I'll be at Kite Fest tomorrow too. Are you bringing a kite? You know they have people that lend you kites there, or that can loan you a kite there. I just don't think I can handle a kite and gimbal. When you drive through, I'm sorry, again, I'm a BIT today. But when you're driving through the crosswalk really fast, don't wave hi to me. I just want to give you my middle finger. All right. I'm going to go home and take a chill pill. Maybe just have some cereal. Anyway, good night. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow when we'll all go fly a kite. 1,000 kites. Also, a really cool park. We'll have a little history about that. And then we get really beautiful views of downtown Los Angeles. This park has some of the most beautiful views of downtown Los Angeles. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. For all of you, hearts. Really appreciate you being here. Please feel free to like and subscribe and maybe hit that bell or click that bell, tap that bell, don't hit anything. No violence. Another Netflix is a joke show is happening here. Let's make it all the way around to the corner and then I will sign off before they kick me off the sidewalk. Woo! All right. I'm going to, thank you so much, group. Thank you for being here. We're almost to the Errol Carroll Theater, which is that green building. We're gonna kick it off at the Palladium. And who is playing at the Palladium? Dave Chappelle. Aww. The Grill Father. A hot link plate. I'm not really sure about that. Oh, snap. Is the sidewalk closed or no?
Incarceration, patient, born upstate's my destination.
At least they have good entertainment while they wait. He's actually excellent. Although that's a copywritten backtrack. All right, we made it to the Palladium. All the way from LACMA. Pretty long walk. Somebody look that up. Well, this line is pretty long. Wow. You would think there'd be more than one entrance in that. That is for Dave Chappelle at the Palladium. I bet that Denny's is going to be slamming afterwards. All right. I'm going to cross the street, get to a little safe spot, and then say goodnight to you all. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. Joe is going to start his game. We have been doing that. Thank you for joining me. I will see you tomorrow, I hope. And we'll go fly a kite. I think that's about at 12 o'clock. Thank you guys so much. Thanks, T-Soups. We'll see you really soon. 4.3 miles. Although I wandered and wiggled and not wiggled, but walked back and forth, so I bet 5.3 miles. Anyway, we'll see you soon. Thank you, pedestrian. Well, have a great night. Good night, Urban Andrew. Let's take one last look at that line around the Palladium. Crazy.